Here comes your pre-market summary for Thursday, February 23rd. Back to the upside we go for futures in the pre-market here ahead of a Q2 GDP second estimate coming up this morning. We'll get that at 8:30 along with a preliminary estimate on PCE. And then the main number comes tomorrow morning for PCE for last month and last quarter. So stay tuned for that again coming up at 8:30. Your big kind of economic releases for this morning. We do have a full slate, however, of Fed speakers to come throughout the day. We'll touch on that coming up at 8:30 as well. Here's how futures are shaping up so far in the pre-market. About 0.5% for the S&P, full percent right now for the NASDAQ, back to the upside after a few days downward for all three. TSX futures here in Toronto back in the green so far this morning. Nice bounce for crude oil after 2 or 3 days downside as well. 1% already higher on the morning. Bitcoin and Ethereum looking good to start things off as well. There it is. GDP second estimate for the quarter-over-quarter number coming this morning, and then the core PCE, the preliminary number today, and then the main event tomorrow for PCE. So staying tuned for that. What a move we had yesterday to the downside. We are seeing a little bit of a bounce back towards that 400 for the SPY. Qs as well, trying to get back above 295, which is coming into play if you go back over the last few months. Everyone looking at the chips so far today, and rightfully so. Big beat for NVDA, all of them, every single one of them catching a bid on that. Intel, AMD, Broadcom, Micron even back to the upside this morning. So a nice look not only for NVIDIA, the rest as well, catching a bit off that report and forecast. Everyone pointing towards, more AI profitability to come for NVIDIA. Lucid, on the other hand, not good. Production to the downside, their forecast to the downside. They didn't even sell as many vehicles as they made in the quarter. Bit of a mess so far for Lucid, under pressure here in the pre-market. Alibaba trying to bounce here, but interesting quarterly numbers right across the board. Revenue beat, but there were some question marks for Alibaba. This daily chart not looking so good over the past month or so for that company. Speaking of China, Apple's Chinese contract manufacturer Luxar going to make, or Luxshare, I should say, going to make a VR headset for the company. That's making it official, according to Nikkei Asia this morning. Moderna and Merck on watch here. They reaffirmed their 2023 COVID-19 vaccine sales, but their combined cancer, skin cancer vaccine with Merck getting a nod from the FDA overnight. So both are positive to start things off so far. Nikola rises on this electric truck order from Germany, a German company. And we'll talk about Meta here, catching a bid in the pre-market on this note that the EU Commission is looking at banning TikTok on all phones throughout that. LLAP, big mover yesterday, little one. Back to the upside once again today as well. A ton to get through this morning. Make sure you grab that QR code bottom of the screen, guys. Get the watch list for free from us every single day. We'll see you shortly on TraderTV.Live.